Hi guys, welcome back to my XVS guide. Now I'm gonna talk about the banner which gonna come to the global on this week. Yes, we finally get Final Fantasy VII, Aerith, and Red 13 on this week. So let's take a look on Aerith first. So Aerith is a healer, and I think she is a big upgrade for you if you still use 6 stars healers or even early generation 7 stars healers like Ayaka, because Aerith has auto erase, something that Ayaka doesn't have. Okay, and other things Aerith able to do is she also able to buff all stats by 140%, which is really good, but I don't think you can make her into your main buffer because like you can see here, it has 6 turns as its cooldown. So yeah, the buffs only last for 3 turns, so you have 3 turns without buff if you make her into your main buffer. But the good thing about Aerith is what I like her the most is she has 30% damage mitigation. I believe you may wonder why 30% damage mitigation is so special. It is because I use Sylvie as my main buffer. Like you know that Sylvie doesn't have 30% damage mitigation. Yes, Sylvie has 25% separate mitigation, but for general damage mitigation, she doesn't have that. Having Aerith on your party if you use Sylvie will make your party considerably stronger. Okay, unless of course what you use is Microsoft Nicole or other buffers, then you won't get much from obtain Aerith, especially if you already have Lotus Mage Fina. But for me or for other players who also use Sylvie, having Aerith is really good. And Aerith also has a special thing, okay? She has something like delay healing. So on the turn when the skill is cast, you will get Kyuraga level healing, but on the next turn you will get Kyuraja. This is very nice, especially if the enemy don't use powerful attack but use powerful attack on the next turn. Okay, and her Trust Mastery Word is also quite good in my opinion because it gives you 50% spirit without any weapon restriction. So you can equip this on anyone, maybe for your even for your attacker, because later on the future trials, your attacker also need to have some spirit on their stats. So this one is very good, and it also fill LB gauge every turn. So this is good Trust Mastery Reward. Okay, but Aerith is not all rainbow, okay, because she has some weaknesses. One weakness I find is she doesn't have good MP recovery skills. Okay, she has that insane recovery, okay, 15 earthly healing. Also this skill get a buff on the global, so you can cast this earthly healing with other abilities. But like you can see here, 15 turns cooldown, so you need to wait 15 turns before able to recover other characters MP, and that's kind of downing, guys. So really, unlike Ayaka, she is inferior in terms of MP recovery. So if what you need is MP recovery, Aerith is not the healer you want to bring into the battle. But again, like I said, Aerith is best combined with Sylvie. Sylvie is really good in recovering party's MP. She has Paladin's Duty. She able to use Let Me Help. So really, both Aerith and Sylvie are really good combination. Okay, and talking about auto erase, that is one of Aerith's strength, but her LB, which give you AoE re-raise, need lots of LB crystals. As a comparison, Lotus Mage Fina only need 27 LB crystals to use her LB, and she also has faster LB fill rate if I'm not mistaken. But for Aerith, based on xvs.gg, I didn't see any faster LB fill rate buff. I mean, faster LB fill rate passive on Aerith. Maybe I'm wrong, okay, but If that's true, then filling Aerith LB will be really painful because this, on the maximum level, she needs 53 LB crystals, and that will take some time, guys. Okay, so I hope you have 200% faster LB rate buff on your party to make her able to fill her LB faster. And yes, she doesn't able to give your party ailment resist. For Ayaka, she able to cure, stop, and give your party stop immunity. But for Aerith, she doesn't able to do that. But again, if you combine her with Sylvie, that's kind of soft because Sylvie able to give you all ailments and stop protection. Okay, and yeah, even when she cannot give your party resistance, she able to cure, stop, and charm. So she's not all bad. Okay, she's pretty good, and I will definitely pull for Aerith. Now let's talk about the next character, Red 13. So now let's talk about the Red 13. So first let's talk about his strength. Okay, so on Japan he is kinda troll, but in global I think he is quite good. First good thing about him is he can imbue himself with fire, dark, and wind element. So 3 elements on one character. That's already pretty decent. And he also able to imperil those elements by 100% using his LB. And yes, that's pretty amazing. Again, only Japan he only able to imperil 79% if I'm not mistaken. So it is huge improvement on the global. And the biggest improvement I think is the Earth Wraith. On Japan, this skill only max at 11.5 times. With the buff you get from cooldown ability, you deal about 14 times damage per cast. But on the global, they say that he gonna deal 16.5 times, and I believe that's without a buff from his cooldown. So that means 19 times damage per cast, which is 57 times damage if you count with triple cast. Okay, very amazing damage. It is inferior than Xeno and Akstar, but again, it is good damage and much better than old characters like Jack. Okay, and I think he is the strongest Stardust Ray chainer at this moment, because like you have seen that Sabine Stardust Ray is not good at all. But that's also what makes him kind of bad, because that means for optimum operation you need to use a dupe. Okay, because let's say if you use Sabine, then Sabine is not that good if you make him Stardust Ray chainer, because Sabine is more suited to become absolute mirror of equity. And another upgrade he gets is Spirit of Seto. This becomes 10 hits, and I believe this will become Stardust Ray chaining family. Okay, this is very nice because Spirit of Seto deals 24 times damage, especially because if this Spirit of Seto is combinable with Earth Wraith, Red 13 gonna be able to deal lots of damage. So in the end, even when Red 13 deal less damage than Xeno, I believe it is much simpler to use Red 13 because you don't need to use different abilities. What you need to use is Earth Wraith, waiting Earth Wraith to be max in damage modifier, and then combine Spirit of Seto with Earth Wraith. Pretty simple, and don't forget he also able to deal 3 elements. Okay, so very good characters. Don't be salty if you get him. Okay, and his Trust Master reward is also very good. It gives you raw 50 attack, so it is basically poor man's Lucid Lances. So I won't be salty definitely if I get Red 13, but really I want to get Aerith. If I get one Red 13, I'm still happy because his Trust Master reward is definitely useful. Okay, so in the end, should you summon? So I think yes, of course you should summon on this one, because this is a King Mode event where you need a bonus units. But if you already have Barret and Cage Sheet for bonus units and you are not interested for Aerith, then of course the answer is no. Okay, but it is definitely yes for me because I really want Aerith. For Barret and Cage Sheet, I don't think their Trustmaster reward are any good. Barret is quite decent if you use Veritas of Light, but Veritas of Light herself is not high tier at this point of the game. Okay, she is still good, but I think if you love her, I believe you already have Barret. Okay, so I think if you, like I said on the beginning, if you still use Ayaka or 6-star healer, try to get Aerith. But let's say if you already have Lotus Mage Fina, then it's better to save your resources for future healers like Lena. Okay, Lena is quite decent. I will make a comparison video later, Aerith with her, so you can decide which one is better. But I think they are kind of different because Lena is more focused on giving LB to all allies. Okay, and yeah, Lena also has that triple white magic, so you can give all allies re-raise within 2 turns, which make her quite decent too. Okay, but for me, I'm gonna pull for Aerith because I don't have Lotus Mage Fina. Okay, so on this banner, we also get step up system. You need 25,000 lapis to pull, okay? But I suggest you at least spend 30,000 lapis so you can get another, one more 5 stars, 30% guaranteed ticket. I know that's ridiculous name, but that's what Gumi tells us, okay? So yeah, 30,000 is the real step up here, in my opinion. Okay, so yeah, I hope you are getting lucky. If let's say if you get 2 Aerith and 2 Red 13 on 1 step up, then definitely you don't need to do that. You don't need to do that another 5,000 lapis to get that 1 ticket. But if you, let's say you get 2 Aerith and 1 Red 13, then I suggest you to do another 5,000 lapis so you can get that ticket. Okay, so I think that's all you need to know. Thank you very much for watching. Please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel for more Final Fantasy Private XVS guide. Bye bye guys.